Welcome to the Superabound Podcast, where vision-led entrepreneurs learn to build a generous business without sacrificing what matters most. You are listening to episode 320, 3 mistakes service-based businesses make and how to fix them. Okay, that's a tongue twister. Welcome, service-based businesses. I am here today with my co-founder, Steve Hasse. We have been diving really deep with clients, him more on the technical software as a service-based business side of things, of that world, and me more with service-based businesses on really exploring the customer journey. Because a trend that I have noticed in the last few years is that a lot of folks who built their business on expensive ads, getting cold leads, marketing hard, selling hard, turning them into customers. Folks that did that a few years ago with that kind of a hardcore marketing sales playbook, a lot of them are really suffering right now. Ads are more expensive. Customers are a lot smarter. They are, not going to be taken in by a flashy Facebook ad telling them how to fix their life the same way that maybe a few years ago someone might have been interested. And authentic sales and marketing, or what we call relationship-based sales, businesses that have kind of adopted that way of working are thriving, are growing. So welcome, Steve. I'm so excited to have this conversation with you.
It's great to be here. It's one of my favorite topics. When it comes to a great customer experience, let's just dive right in. I mean, it's about respect and results in the end. It's about making sure that the customer is your main focus, not you. And it's simple enough to say, and I doubt anyone listening to this would ever think, well, I'd never make it about myself. But as people, it's a pretty strong pull to have ourselves at the center of the picture, and to really turn your mind towards the customer takes deliberate effort. So that's what I want to talk about.
Yeah, so that is mistake number one. Mistake number one is having your business story be more about you than it is about your customer. Now, the interesting thing is we've seen that there are plenty of people out there who maybe call themselves a brand, who are influencers, and their social media and their marketing is all about them, and other people just find them interesting and follow them. But when you are a service-based business, that essentially means that someone is coming in and they are paying you for your time, your energy, your, if it's a hands-on sort of like wellness practitioner, your expertise and your mastery of whatever your craft is. It's important that they understand why you're so good at what you do. Of course, that's part of marketing. But if you can't successfully articulate to someone how you are going to help them, why they are the star of the show, why working with you is going to be different than working with everyone else, you won't probably have a business for that long. I'm sorry to say it sounds a little negative, but it's true. I have an example of this. Someone I know shared this with me. Recently, they had a practitioner that they've been working with, and they were in kind of the middle of their customer journey with this particular practitioner. Over the holidays, she got an email from her practitioner, and it said, "Big news." She opened it all excited. Ooh, what's this going to be? And the big news was this practitioner was having a great vacation and was raising her rates January 1. Maybe that's big news for the business owner. Maybe she's really excited about that. But her client was not really impressed. It was all about the business owner. It was all about how awesome her life is, and not at all about, hey, this is how I'm going to work with people in the future. This is why it's going to be great for my clients. This is how maybe I'm going to ease people into my new pricing or my new strategy. It was not for the clients. It was all about the business, and the big news was only going to ever be exciting for the business owner.
And I think this is a mistake because you hear from a lot of coaches or social media, advisors, tell your story, be yourself, share your journey. And that's true because that's going to be your best source of material. That's going to be the most authentic. It's going to be the most relatable. And if you're just making things up, or if you're not being transparent about who you are, what you're up to. But the key, the difference between telling your story and actually being helpful, being relevant to your audience, is in why does it matter to them? Share your story, share your experiences, but make sure there's something that your audience can actually get value from. Anytime we're creating something here, the question we have front and center, the lens for the whole thing is, why does this matter? Yes, I'm going to share an insight from my life. To what end? Why will this help? So that will help you move from, being kind of lacking personality, which is why you use a story so that you have personality, but avoid the trap of making it all about yourself by using the filter, where's the value for my audience right here?
So good. And I have more to say about how to change your prices without pissing off your clients. That could be another topic for another day. It's something that we're working on a lot with our clients because, that business owner, maybe she needed to change her prices, but trying to position it or spin it as like, ooh, this is going to be great for you. You get to pay me more. Yay. Like that is not going to probably lead to long-term happy clients, especially for the person who received that email who was right in the middle of a program and really felt a little handcuffed by the pricing switch with no notice. So I want to maybe just even segue right into what I think is mistake number 2. Mistake number 2, I really think, is spending more time, money, and putting more thought into your marketing and your sales process than the actual delivery of your service. Boy, oh boy, have we seen this a lot, especially in the coaching and consulting world.
Yeah. I think it comes back to a lot of people thinking, well, I'm great, therefore my stuff is great, therefore all I need to do is get it into people's hands. The best way to get it into people's hands is for your stuff to be absolutely amazing, for people to be raving about how good you are. Word of mouth, recommendations, referrals from your product or program being so good is the best way to get it out there, and not over-indexing on reaching the world with your message.
Yeah, I actually bought something recently because the marketing was so good. The person explained the issue I was having. They articulate, to follow my own sales process. I felt safe with this company. I felt like they articulated my problem. I felt like what they were offering was really aligned with what I needed right now. But then the delivery of the product was literally a Google Doc or several Google Docs that were not thoughtfully put together, that were very hard to navigate, and actually required me to do more heavy lifting than what the person had promised me. I think a lot of times we hear people pay lip service to the idea of like, let's over deliver. Let's give people twice as much or 3 times as much or 10 times as much as what they're paying for. But I don't really see a lot of service-based business owners doing that well. What we often see is people who maybe give too much or give a lot of stuff and call it over delivery. If you're a massage therapist, you sign up for a 1-hour massage and every single time they give you a 2-hour massage, that's lovely, but probably that business owner is going to burn out and not be able to pay their bills at some point because they are making people late, and it's going to be hard to scale that business. And when we're service-based business owners, we have to think about that.
Well, and also with the information product, right? If your business is more knowledge-based, a lot of people think, let me just throw every possible thing in there, every cheat sheet, worksheet, course, video I've ever created, and that will be my over-delivery. People don't want all the information, they want the results. And so if you can package less information in a way that helps people get those results faster, that's what over-delivery means, not throw the kitchen sink in there and hope people can find their way out.
Yeah, because if they have to waste a lot of brain power trying to follow the unlogical or illogical roadmap that you have slapped together, that is not going to be a great customer experience. Gosh, we know this so well as coaches. We have products that anyone can buy for a couple $1,000s and really go through some of our best work. But the most popular thing that we sell is our VIP package, because most people who are business owners don't have the time, the energy to want to sit down and watch videos. They want us to curate their experience for them. And that is what a lot of people will often pay more for, is to get their very specific issues dealt with. So make sure that if you like to provide a lot, you're doing that in a thoughtful way that is going to be helpful to the customer. If you throw things at people and overwhelm them, they are not going to probably get the results. The other kind of flip side of that is if you have spent so much time, money, and energy on your marketing and your sales, but not so much on your delivery, like a sleek ad campaign for a consultant might be beautiful, might get people in the door. But if that consultant doesn't know what they're doing, is always late, treated me very well through the sales process, and then never responds to my emails once I become their client, they're not going to get repeat business from me. And I'm going to probably tell people I know never to work with them. So we have to be thoughtful about the delivery. You have to treat your clients and your customers like gold, not just the moment before they pay you, but throughout the entire process of them working with you.
That's the essence of customer success, is having someone who is currently in your world, currently paying you, feeling even more special than someone you are trying to reach, right? One of those prospects who hasn't yet paid you. And it's a funny thing we do as business owners. We kind of flip a switch in our mind and we're like, well, the important ones are the ones that I haven't yet reached. Switching that around will help you overcome this mistake and really focus on the people that are currently paying you money. That is the gold.
Yeah. I even think about that with like our free resources. When I create something for free, like this podcast, I do it for my current VIP clients. Of course, I'm thinking about listeners who might get some help from it, and people who, might read our book and like it and want to go a little deeper. Of course, I'm hoping that the right people hear it and will come into our world if they're not already there. But I'm not creating anything for someone I don't know. We create everything for our VIP clients so that if we have a conversation, we go deep on a topic or a strategy, if we have a podcast episode we can follow that up with, that is worth so much to the people who already make our business. So why wouldn't we do that? So, yeah.
Which brings us to the third point, which is the mistake that a lot of people make is delivering the bare minimum. Mm-hmm. And again, you probably don't think that you fall in this bucket, but let's just suspend judgment for a moment and consider, how obsessed are you with the success of your clients? In the coaching world, there's almost part of there is part of the training that says, get out of your clients' results. Your job is to just show them their mind and walk away. And there's power to that, right? There's a certain cleanness to the relationship. You're not basing your self-worth on whether someone is going to take your advice or anything else that kind of makes things a little sticky. But some people take it to the extreme where they say, look, I'm just going to show up on the call and then that's all I'm going to do. That's all I'm going to care about. Really investing yourself in what is that experience? How loved, how cared for does someone feel when they're in your world is what's going to make the difference between people who really feel that connection and get those results and people who, kind of have a meh experience with you and move on.
Yeah. This was probably the thing that was trained into me when I did my first coaching training. It was the very first thing I threw out the window when we were creating the Superabound method, both as a piece of intellectual property through our book, but also when we started training coaches, because nobody wants to work with someone who doesn't care if they get the results that they're paying for. It doesn't mean you lay awake at night and try to solve your client's problems, or you're not going to offer to log into their email and fix everything necessarily. Unless you're Steve and you're working with a technical client, maybe you would do that. But for most of us, I want my physical therapist to care if I have less pain after the treatment and after doing my exercises. If they just do their thing and they don't seem to give a shit about me, I am not going to stay with that person. And so this has been very liberating, I guess on a personal level, this has been very liberating in our own coaching, is that we want our clients to win. We are going to give them everything we can from not just a mindset point of view, but from everything that we are constantly learning, all of the tools we have. The Superabound method is that we are overflowing with abundance. And because of that overflow, we're able to share. And I think that means allowing yourself to, as a service-based business, get excited, get inspired by your clients and their results. The second you are lackluster, the second you are just a cold fish on the other side of the screen, or however you deliver your service, entrepreneurs, this is maybe specific to our work, but entrepreneurs have enough people in their life that don't support them, don't understand what they do, and don't care about them. So if I'm going to coach a client on their business, I am going to let myself visibly show just how much I'm on that person's team. I'm going to be a human about it. And I think a lot of times with service-based businesses, it's so easy to kind of want to be one step removed. And maybe you have to be depending on your profession. But I want my practitioners to be excited when I feel better. I want to see that they care if I'm not feeling better. I want them to help me solve the puzzle if that is what their job is to do. And so as a service-based business, stop being so removed from the results of your clients, especially if you're a coach or a consultant. Guess what? People don't pay you if they don't get results.
So those are some of our core insights, and it really comes back to being aligned with your vision. If these things feel like another task on the to-do list, then it's probably time to go back to the foundation of why you're doing what you're doing, why your business exists in the world, and why it matters to you. That's the stuff of vision. That's the core driver of the Superabound method. And if that needs some love, which in my opinion, it always does, it's always something that can be revisited, strengthened, aligned with, take that time. It's always worth it because the effects will not just support you, but also your customers as you bring your work out into the world.
Yeah. And I'm sure there's someone listening to this right now who is a little bit unsure. They're like, does my customer journey, I've never thought about my customer journey before. I've never thought about customer success. Does it need work? I'm just going to give you my opinion on this. If you don't currently have recurring clients, if most of your clients are brand new people who are finding you from ads, and the rest of your clients just work with you, they buy one thing, and they fall out of your world, you need help with this. If your current clients don't routinely send you referrals, don't share their results with other people and speak highly of you, your business needs help with this. And it is something that both Steve and I are going to be focusing on somewhat together, but also kind of you more with the technical side of things with tech companies and software as a service businesses, and me more with service-based businesses, because that is where my experience lies. But we will be doing this more this year. So if you're hearing this and you're thinking, I might need to talk to them, we just want to invite you to reach out. You can find us on LinkedIn, on Instagram, and you can email our team hello@besuperabound.com, and they will put us all in touch. You can get all the details for how to connect with us over in the show notes. And please reach out, because we would love to support you this year with making sure that your business can handle anything that's happening in the world of advertising or whatever's happening in your industry. If you have a relationship-based business, you'll always have an incredible base of clients, and we can help you design that through crafting a better customer journey. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you soon.